Hey guys, what's up? So here is the Battling Boxer deck that I was using this past week. Now, and I've said this before, I don't really know boxers, so this isn't going to be really an in-depth look at them. It's just going to be, okay, these are the cards, and really that's it. And I'll try and say why certain cards are in here and why certain cards aren't in here, or might not be in here, that's what I was trying to say. But again, I don't really know the deck, so I can't really give that much of an insight and say, oh, this is why this is running, this is why this isn't run, etc. So now getting to the deck, we have 3 Glassjaw and 3 Switch Hitters. These are the main cards in the main deck, or the main monsters in the main deck. Glassjaw is how you recycle things. Whenever you send to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add one Battling Boxer from your graveyard to your hand besides Glassjaw. So that's basically how you recycle things like Switch Hitter and whatever else you need, like Bailout, I guess. Be another one. Spar might be a good one. And it can also recycle your XYZ monsters back to the extra deck as well. Switch Hitter is basically the Debris Dragon of the deck, and just keep in mind that he does have the requirement where if you use his effect, you can only special summon Battling Boxer monsters for the rest of the turn. So it's not like you can go Switch Hitter, pull back, summon a Battling Boxer from your graveyard, then go into like Shark Knight or something like that. Whenever you use his effect, you have to go into either Nova Caesar, Elite Yoke, or this dude, Star Cestus. So just keep that in mind when you use the effect, and yeah. Next up we have 3 Spar. Spar is basically just a way to help get Yoke on the field, will really help get any XYZ monster on the field. I don't really think it serves another purpose. It might just get monsters on board, being defense, I suppose. But yeah, again, it's just here to help make monsters later in the game or later in the turn. Because it does have the requirement of you can't conduct your battle phase for the rest of the turn. So if you lead off with let's say a Glassjaw and this guy, or like a Headgeared and this guy, then yeah, summon him right away, and you have your Yoke, you have your Novus, you have whatever you want. But if you're using this later in the game, make sure you do it after your battle phase. If you can, sometimes you will just have to attack, so make sure you do it after battle phase so you don't really get hit by his secondary restriction or whatever. Next, your Headgear. Headgear is really just Foolish Burial, but in monster form. About that. Next up to Bailout. Bailout is really nice. I really do like this card. I'm not sure how other people feel about this card, but I really do like it. It's basically, I'm trying to think of a card to compare it to, but I can't really off the top of my head. But basically, you take damage, then you summon this guy, you get the life points back that you just lost, and you have a level 4 monster on the field. Where maybe you can protect, let's say, for just the sake of example, you're playing it's like Lifeline or something, and they have Raiden and a Lila, Raiden and a Lila on the field. They attack with Raiden first, that would be 1900. Summon this guy, you'll get the 1900 back, and then they can't run over you with Lila because Lila has 1700 and all that good stuff. So it's just something to keep in mind. I really do like this card. And yeah, next up, moving on to Battling Boxer Counterpunch. Counterpunch is basically I don't want to say honest because it doesn't do anything like honest. Or it does the same idea, it gives you 1000 attack, but it's not on the same level as honest. But one thing that is nice, it activates from the graveyard and the hand. It's just something nice to know, something nice to say, oh well, I have this guy set up so I can protect myself later on. Moving on to the spells, we have 1 Reinforcement of the Army. All the monsters in the main deck are warriors, so why not? Battling Boxer Spear, basically a monster reborn of the deck. 1 Dark Hole, because why not? It's an equalizer in a sense, and also it works well with Yoke. 3 Upstart Goblin for the draw power. 1 Foolish Burial, because it does work well with Glassjaw. If you have a monster in your graveyard, Foolish Burial with Glassjaw, you'll just add the monster back to your hand. So let's say you have a Switch Hitter, let's say you just have a Switch Hitter for whatever reason. You'll use Foolish Burial, dump Glassjaw, grab Switch Hitter, summon Switch Hitter, which will summon Glassjaw, and then you have Nova Caesar or Elite Yoke. So it is a very nice idea, and it's a very good card in this deck, or at least I think so. 2 MSTs, 1 Book of Moon, 2 Lance, no real reason to explain those. Then moving on to the traps, we have 1 Bottomless, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, 1 Deep Prison, 1 Compulse, 2 Phoenix Chains, and a Solemn. Those don't really need explanation. Then you have 1 Jolt Counter. Jolt Counter is basically, I guess I want to say a Solemn Warning, but for the battle phase. I guess that's really the best way to describe it. During either play's battle phase, as long as you have a Battling Boxer on the field, you can negate the activation of a spell card, trap card, or monster effect, so it is a really good card. Then 2 XYZ blocks. XYZ block, as you can see right there, it's basically monster effect negation. And to activate it, you just need to detach one material from monster control. This works nicely with both Yoke and Nova Caesar. Nova Caesar because you just get the monsters back, like that's part of its effect, which we'll get into a sec. And obviously everyone knows what Lead Yoke does. When he loses material, he gains 800. So again, it works well with both of these guys, and it works well with a few of the other cards down here. And now getting to the extra deck, we have 1-star Cestus. This is basically, I guess, like a Spreeze of the deck. It does something about any battle damage you would have taken your opponent takes. One Dark Line Warrior, Gorgum, I guess his name. This is an interesting card. Basically, you control, as long as you have this guy on the field, you control what gets targeted on your field. So let's say you have this guy and Lead Yoke. Your opponent's Shark Knight. He tries to Shark Knight your Lead Yoke. You just activate this effect and make this guy the new target. So then Lead Yoke survives. And really, Yoke's biggest problem is cards that target like Phoenix Chain, Compulse, Prison, Shark Knight, or I guess I should say cards that target and don't destroy. And this guy definitely helps out with that because he gets to control what gets targeted. Next up, Nova Caesar. I just like Nova Caesar. It's a very solid card. It looks cool in my opinion. And it's basically how you can kind of set yourself up for later down the road. Now, it really depends on the situation whether you go into Lead Yoke or Nova Caesar with like things like Switch Hitter. But yeah, there's not really too much to say. One thing that I really like Nova Caesar for is like if your opponent has a 2500 attacker or a 2600 attacker, it's usually one of those. You can usually manipulate this guy to get either 2500 or 2600 attack. He basically always has 25 because he has 100 for each material, and you need 2 material to make this guy. So he's almost always going to have 2500. You can just add a Battling Boxer from your graveyard to this guy to make him 2600, run into your opponent's monster, and then since it got destroyed by your opponent's card, you get special summon up to however many material. You get special summon Battling Boxers equal to the amount of material that this guy had when he was destroyed. So it is a very solid card. It helps storm the field, and yeah. Next 3, Lead Yoke, I don't really need to explain. He's the boss monster of this deck. Next 2, Shark Knight. Again, don't really need to explain. It's a really good card. Same thing goes for Excited Knight. And really for the rest of these cards, Maestro, Revolval Chain, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, Rags Zero, they're all solid cards. I don't really think I need to explain any of them. They're just like generic rank 4s that help in really any given situation. So yeah, that was the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week. And there are 2 weeks left. Yeah, Dark and Light. I've started the Dark week, and it's gonna be a trip. I'll just say that. I remember when I was playing around with it, just trying to like warm up and like get the rust off. Everything was working fine. Everything that I wanted to happen happened. But then as soon as I started recording, like I already had 2 days recorded, everything just kind of fell apart, and yeah. So we'll see how that week goes. And then the Light week I think will actually be pretty fun. I'm gonna try and finish both before I go back to class. Just for personal reasons, just like free up time, and I won't have to worry about it. Just need to worry about like uploading everything. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to end it here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Later, guys.